I shaved my beard just for you. I apologize. Okay. You ready, dude?
Yeah.
Okay. True regression. Normal alternative.
All right. So we have for number 3, the null b1 equals 0, and then alternative b1 does not equal 0.
That's what I got. A
Uh,
residual.
the difference between observed value y and the value predicted by the regression line.
Also what I got. A plot of residual supports using linear regression when
On this one,
is it the residuals look normally distributed with a zero mean?
that's what I'm not sure because I remember it saying that you don't want a megaphone spread. I have to look again.
Okay, let's look right here.
Gross. So it says for the scatter plot of residual. See, it says if linear regression is appropriate, then the residual plot will show no patterns and will consist of random scatter. If there is a pattern, it suggests that the linear regression is not appropriate.
So a plot of residual supports using linear regression when you see a pattern, correct?
When there's no... See, that's what I don't get, because it says that you don't want an obvious pattern.
What section are you in? 3.2, 3.3?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it's the megaphone one.
The only thing I could think of it being is the last one, residuals look normally distributed with zero mean, because it says that you don't want a pattern, otherwise linear regression is useless. One pattern is a megaphone, so we don't want that.
Right.
The residuals being all positive just means
Yeah.
nothing. I don't know what that means. So it must be look normally distributed with zero mean.
I agree.
Compute the residuals for math self-efficacy, whatever it is.
Shh. Flora. Dude, we're pretty close to being done with school.
Right? So nice. Okay, the
Semester's been.
confidence data is explanatory and score is.
Hey, did you get? That's not right. Hold on. Hmm. Where do you determine the residuals again?
It's in the same thing. It's just
Okay.
to the right.
Of the explanatory variable.
Yeah, so you have the explanatory response, explanatory residuals.
Okay, well they're not all negative.
Yeah. I'd say that they form a linear pattern.
I agree. So when you graph it, it's
Because I don't know why we'd want to describe it as being between negative 40 and 25.
right.
Based on the QQ plot. Oh, great. Now I have to do the QQ plot. Copy. Oh, and then I have to do. Oh, wow. Sweet.
What?
I'd say they are fairly normal.
That's what I would think as well.
Use software to create a scatter plot, given scatter plot, residual plot, and QQ plot. Which are the 5 assumptions about um,
Okay, so we've got the residual plot with the QQ plot, and now we need, right?
yeah. Um, Honestly, I think they meet all of them.
What does it mean by x values are measured without error?
Let me see here. It says that's number 4, 3.4. That's when we do the QQ plot. If the points are close to the line, then they're normally distributed. It just says that's how we test it.
Okay.
So I'd say it meets that test. Um, The variance of the error term is constant. What's that one? Number 3.3, residual plot. Yeah, they met that. There was linear regression or linear relationship. Then the observations are independent. The way we test that one is through a knowing that the value of one of the y's tells you nothing about any other points. So I'd say it meets all five. I don't know.
Right. If you look at number 9, what is BYUI? Estimates for the slope. Did you put 0.042?
For B1. So it doesn't want, what is B1 the estimate for the slope? 12.725.
Where'd you get that?
I'm just assuming it's the from the Excel sheet with slope B1. It's with the
Slope.
just above the graph.
Yeah. Well, it's, I got my square says 0.042.
You got, what'd you say?
Mine says 0.042.
You're breaking up.
My box
Oh,
says 0.042.
0.042. Well, why in the world does your box say that?
I have no idea.
Did you put your explanatory is your confidence and response is your score? So like the first number for X should be 4.34 and then 50 for Y?
No.
Do you have those reversed?
Yes.
You'll want to switch those.
So much wisdom. You have so much wisdom.
That's how come we got it wrong on the last time we did this kind of sheet.
I think I'd learn. Okay. 12.752.
725.
725. That's what I meant.
Getting a little dyslexia there, huh?
I really am. Okay, and then 10.78 and 14.742.
Yep.
Okay, and then
we will reject it because the p-value is less.
okay.
It's low, reject the null.
Hypothesis. If you reject the null, what does this mean?
Good question.
Yeah, great question. Hey,
Though sufficient evidence suggests that there is a linear relationship between the head length and the. So there is sufficient evidence to conclude that a slope of regression line is not zero.
not. Okay.
Which variable is the dependent variable? The body length.
Since 99% confidence interval for this data, what can you say? I would say since the confidence interval is not known, no, that's not true.
There's a 99% chance that the confidence interval will contain the true value of B1.
That sounds better.
Yeah. Freaking what the heck?
I don't. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, I figured 8 was wrong. I didn't even know what to do for those. I bet 14 was, since the confidence interval does not contain 0, there is a sufficient evidence to conclude that
Dang it.
B1 is not equal to 0.
What would number? So number 6 would have to be the residuals are between -40 and 25.
I guess. That's dumb.
Wow. Cool.
Oh well.
You got our.
The only reason I didn't pick that one is because I figured that's a weird way to describe it all.
Yeah.
Like, I figured there had to be an more intelligent way.
And you got our thing last week submitted to him.
Yeah, he just hasn't graded it yet. At least I'm pretty sure I submitted it. Maybe I can look and check. Yep, I submitted it. Just making sure. Whew. Whew.
Okay. Sweet, dude.
Sounds good.
Unreal.
See you on Thursday.
What do we have next for that?
We have make inference and take action.
Okay. I'll start looking at that.
Which that should be interesting, because how in the world are we supposed to take action on M&Ms? It's like, go to M&M company and say, hey, you need to spread out your colors better.
Or I'll just eat all of the red ones. That'll help the company, right?
It says your document should include your hypothesis when today's discussion whether or not your data meets or fails to meet the requirements for your hypothesis test.
2 pages. How am I supposed to write 2 pages?
No, 1 to 2 paragraphs.
What if it says, so right up top it says test your hypothesis in no more than 2 pages?
Well, it's because so you have to do 1 to 2 paragraphs discussing whether or not your data meets or fails the requirements, and then at the bottom it says 1 or 2 paragraphs describing the action you suggest. So he just doesn't want more than 2 pages.
Okay.
It doesn't matter the length. Because, like, that's what he said on the last one. Literally, I covered half a page on writing and your page on graphs.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think he just doesn't want us to write him a 10-page dissertation on M&Ms.
And I like that about him.